Alright, so it's no secret that by now everybody knows Quaquaval has been banned from the underused tier. The voting had taken place about a week ago, and an overwhelming majority of the player base voted in favor of letting this Pokemon languish in limbo of the underused borderline. If you've been a fan of this channel for a long time, folks, you know that I'm not one that enjoys seeing a Pokemon banned, especially in such a quick fashion. But in this suspect test, I myself voted ban. And I gave my reasons in a video I did previously regarding Quaquaval. Even though it has been such a long time since uploading, I've still felt it necessary for me to share my thoughts and opinions regarding this matter and what is the future going to hold for us in underused. Quaquaval was good in underused mainly because of its Aqua Step move. A move that guarantees to do a reasonable amount of damage and raise your speed. It's very difficult to play around at the end of the day. There were many victims that were quite prominent and popular in underused. Pokemon such as Excadrill, Tyranitar, Heatran, Skeledirge, everybody's go-to check to every physical boosting Pokemon in the tier. Even the mighty Cobalion, top class, top quality Pokemon that were frightened of the Aqua Step and had to run in fear. These Pokemon are set to become a whole lot better now that they do not allow a free point of entry for a healthy Quaquaval. It didn't matter if you were quicker than Quaquaval. If you were running at one of the aforementioned Pokemon and you were threatened out, going to a faster threat was more often than not a death sentence in its own regard, as the fact that Quaquaval got the Aqua Step to get +1 speed meant that you were not taking on the subsequent, meant that more often than not you were not taking the subsequent auxiliary move that Quaquaval was going to be firing off. I'm not going to make this video too long, but if you do find some valuable information from it, consider leaving a like and subscribe if you have not done so already. Now that Quaquaval's gone, who will step up to replace Quaquaval? My initial best guess is Gyarados. When last have you seen Gyarados in any capacity in competitive Pokemon for Generation 9? Gyarados functions as a very similar Pokemon, hoping to raise attack and speed and sweep through. The only problem with Gyarados is that its coverage moves are not as effective and as useful as Quaquaval's. Also, Gyarados is slightly slower than Quaquaval, and due to the fact that none of Gyarados' attacking moves boost its speed, and the sole reliance on Dragon Dance for the speed boost, this means more often than not Gyarados has to potentially acquire 2 Dragon Dances to rival the sweeping capabilities of Quaquaval, lest it be outsped by many common Choice Scarfers in the underused tier. Choice Scarf Latios, Sandrush Excadrill, Embody Aspect Ogerpon Teal Mask, to name a few. And Gyarados also has worse defensive typing, as it is weak to the Stealth Rocks. But nevertheless, still a Pokemon that you may want to consider picking up in place of Quaquaval. With Quaquaval gone and the recent banning of Polteageist, people are assuming that Hyper Offense is starting to dry up in the underused tier. I wish to advertise to you another suitable candidate for the Hyper Offense team archetype. For now, it seems that Light Clay is not banned in the underused tier, and it doesn't seem to find much use in the tier for some odd reason. So the hyper offensive archetypes can now tilt untowards screens, and a suitable partner that can help break quite early into the game is Tail Glow Manaphy. Behind the screens, nothing's going to 1 KO Tail Glow Manaphy that's not super effective at least. And Manaphy's setup move of choice super boosts its power, making most bulky switch-ins, and even squishy resists, struggle to stand up to its power. So Hyper Offense I do not believe has completely died out. People just have to tackle this problem from another angle. We still have Revavroom in the tier after all, and another Pokemon that is gaining popularity and underused is Slitherwing. So there are still tools to be figured out when it comes to using the Hyper Offense structures. Quaquaval and Polteageist was just a very lazy method of playing Hyper Offense, where you click one button and more often than not you could end up winning the game. In Polteageist's case it was Shell Smash, in Quaquaval's case just Swords Dance, you're gonna live the hit and Aqua Step the next victim, game, set, match. Lastly, I just want to discuss something that's been on my mind regarding what is going to rise if Hyper Offense is to genuinely die down. Believe it or not, even though this team structure was somewhat successful in underused, sand teams are going to have a field day. Many classical sand teams featured multiple Pokemon that had to run in fear of Quaquaval's Aqua Step, making the game so easy to play and dance around for Quaquaval. With it gone, the pressure is going to be eased off the sand teams. Yes, there are many other water types, such as Keldeo for example, that threaten a large majority of the sand teams in a similar fashion as Quaquaval did. The near instant game-changing pace that Quaquaval operated at, one Aqua Step, one Moxie Boost, game over. Such a sentiment is not shared amongst other water types. This definitely relieves the pressure of sand teams, so be mindful that you may start seeing a lot more success and ease of use when running your sand teams. Folks, I'm not going to make this a very long video as discussed. In the middle portions, let me know what you think about the Quaquaval ban. Is it something you are celebrating, such as I am, but for my own greedy reasons, which I have shared beforehand, I celebrate this ban? What are your thoughts on the ban, nonetheless? What Pokemon do you believe will start to rise to find success in underuse now that the water fighting type Quaquaval is gone? Just a little quick reminder, folks, that I did brag previously that Hisuian Arcanine with the choice banded head smashes might find a more comfortable time firing that attack off. But I'd still love to hear your thoughts and opinions, folks. If you did enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. We're on our way to 350 subscribers, I suppose. Take it one day at a time and take it slow. But until next time, folks, we shall be U-turning out. Thanks for watching.